Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Wish You Luck, back at it again with another YouTube video. And in today's video, as the title suggests, or the thumbnail suggests, I wanted to talk about the Stasis subclasses and, you know, where I saw their strengths, their weaknesses, and like what I think is the best Stasis subclass in Destiny 2 at the moment. So just to preface it, I have been having the most fun on my Hunter. I think that's primarily because of the Bakris exotic. If you guys have not seen the Bakris exotic, be sure to pay attention to the gameplay you're currently watching, because you'll see me use it a lot. The exotic basically teleports me in place of my class ability, and I think it's honestly the best exotic to come from Beyond Light. That doesn't necessarily mean Hunters are the best class to come from Beyond Light. Stasis Hunters. This is, when we're talking about this today, we're only talking about Stasis subclasses, okay? So, Hunters. I think Hunters with this exotic will be the best Trials class in the game. And the reason why I say that is because this exotic allows for outplayability. Granted, you have the entire subclass leveled up. The entire subclass means that you have the Shadow Dive, air move, and you also have the shade step slow. So whenever I use my Bakris exotic, whenever I use that exotic to teleport, I will leave a slowing effect around my Hunter, and the teleport with the slow, with the throwing stars or whatever you call them, the little shurikens, the ice shurikens, it's insane. Like the 1v1 ability that I have on Hunter isn't like any other class. I think the closest I would get to it would be Top Tree Dawnblade, but since we're only comparing Stasis subclasses in this video, I'm not even gonna talk about Top Tree Dawnblade. They have removed the nerf on Stasis Warlocks. There was originally a nerf on Stasis Warlocks where the melee ability was significantly reduced, the range was significantly reduced, but they have reverted that, which has given the class some more outplayability. But once again, what it comes down to is this helmet. I really can't speak any higher about this helmet. Bakris is literally a 1v1 helmet. It's an exotic, kind of like it's as strong as OEM was for Titans, where OEM just kind of won you the fight because you had such an advantage over the other person, like you were tracking them. Bakris's advantage just seems insane when it comes to just outplaying somebody. The teleport, the slow, the survivability of your character, it's just insane. Like, I can't speak higher about this exotic mixed with the subclass. I know Stompies and mobility exotics have kind of always been the meta, and I'm not necessarily saying they're not meta anymore. I'm just saying that when it comes down to having to outplay somebody, I don't see Stompies even being remotely close to Bakris. As for Stasis Warlock, I think Stasis Warlock is an extremely good beginner Warlock subclass, and I mean this because there isn't much in the subclass for mobility, right? If you're using transversive steps, which is what I use, sure, you have a boost in sprint speed and you have a slide, but that's nothing that's foreign to any other Warlock classes, right? Like, that's not special to Stasis, so you can get away with running other Stasis subclasses. In my opinion, the best Warlock's subclass is Top Tree Dawn. I don't think that's ever changed, and I don't think that will change, because Top Tree Dawn has the best mobility out of all the Warlocks. But what makes Stasis so beginner friendly and so strong, in my opinion, is the simplicity of the subclass. It's the fact that the subclass is so easy to use. It's very simple. I personally use the dusk something grenade, like the vortex grenade that slows the area and then freezes you if you stay in it. It's like a ice vortex, but I use that grenade. It's great for crowd control. It's great for stopping people who are turning corners with shoddy that are pushing you, and if they do get past that grenade and they jump, then you just follow up with your melee, and now that the melee has the range back on it, it's back to being very strong. I haven't played the Warlock since the nerf, but I can tell you right now that when I play Hunter or when I play Titans and I'm playing against a good Warlock, that's exactly how they use it. They'll use that dust wall grenade, whatever it's called. Sorry, I don't remember the name of it. And it'll stop my shoddy pushes quite significantly. Or they'll use that melee, and that melee is super hard to counter. Like, look at the outplay right there. This helmet's insane. But yeah, I think Stasis Warlock is extremely user friendly. Even the super is literally left click, right click, right? And the super is left click, in my opinion, needs readjusting. I don't see why I'm freezing behind walls with that super left click, but that's a conversation for another video. Maybe I'll make a video on what to adjust in Destiny 2, or what needs adjusting. That might be a really good video. As for the Titan, so I've recently started playing the Stasis Titan because I've noticed that when you play against good Stasis Titans, they're almost as hard to kill as Hunters are. And so I started asking myself, like, since I'm having so much trouble with the Stasis Titan, I should just play it, right? Because I've always suggested that. Anytime somebody says like, oh, this is broken, or oh, this is OP, I'll always say, then why don't you play it so that you can figure out what's weak about it? If you play a subclass, you will immediately see, after a few days, you'll see what's wrong with it, and you'll see where the weaknesses are, right? So if you play Hunter, you'll see that the strength is the mobility and the class ability, but the weakness is almost always its super, right? Because the supers are always so prone to death. All the supers kind of suck on Spectral now, or not Spectral, on Hunter now. But I started playing Titan, and I started noticing that Titan's biggest issue right now is the melee. Like, the melee is just extremely inconsistent. I'm still learning the subclass, but granted, I'm a very good player, so I learn quickly. But right now, it just feels like the most frustrating things I have to that you experience with Stasis Titan is landing the melee. I did figure out the other day, maybe I'll make another video on this too. I did figure out how to use the Stasis Titan most effectively. And I think it could benefit a lot of people from seeing that video, because I was doing something wrong mechanically with the Stasis Titan. It has something to do with like the clicking and the way you click when you use the melee and whatnot. Or maybe I'll make a short, like 3-minute video explaining what I mean by that. But so far, Titan's definitely getting up there for me in terms of being fun. Like, I'm having a lot of fun on Stasis Titan, and it's definitely a very skill intensive class if you know how to use it correctly. Like, you can use the melee and shit to get away. It's not necessarily always has to be an aggressive attacking melee. You can kind of use it as a Warlock air dash. So I've been having a lot of fun using it. But yeah, I'll probably make a second part of this video when I've used every single Stasis subclass enough. And I'll let you guys know like the strengths of Warlocks and how to beat it, or the strengths of Titans and how to beat it. But let me know what you guys think, or what subclass you guys are playing the most. I don't want to hear if you're playing Stormcaller or Dawnblade. I don't really care. But if you're playing the new Stasis subclass, definitely let me know what you guys are playing and why you're playing it. Just wanted to give you guys my little opinion on the new Stasis subclasses, because I get this question almost every day when I'm streaming. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the VOD, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.